All right, I guess we're live. Okay, welcome to another day of stream. I think it's day 4 of me trying to work on my personal website and get it out the door. And let's just quickly jump into it, get the project started. Where is it located? Yep, here we go. Let's get the server running. And we'll try to pick up where we left off yesterday in the last stream. So, from what I recall, I was working on, the home SAS and the home page files. Let's load up both of them. And what was the other one? Yeah, the view home. Okay, besides both of these, what else do we need? The server is up and running. Perfect. Let's go check the website and see where we stand right now. Let me reload. Okay, so we've implemented the about selector. It needs a few tweakings. We'll get to it eventually. We implemented the who am I section so far on stream. We implemented most of or some of the content channels section as well. So now we just need to finish designing it and have it look similar to what we have in our Figma design. So yeah, what are we missing for that? We're missing the giant icons. And I don't think this is an icon. This is probably an image. So let's just check. If it's an icon, maybe I can use a font icon for that. Otherwise, let's just use the image and move on. What else do we need? We still have a slight... You know what? It's not that bad. I can live with it. The spacing between the word content and channels is not exactly what I would have liked compared to what we have in the Figma, but I can live with it for the moment. Yeah, not a hill I'm willing to die on right now. I want to just get this out there and come back to it down the road to fix any tiny small little things. So yeah. What else? Yep. So let's just check if it's a font icon. No, it's an image. Okay, so we're gonna have to export the image. It's an image, right? Right? No. Or no, it is. Okay. And what about Twitch? Not a font, is it? Yeah, both of these are not fonts. So let's just export them and be done with it. YouTube logo. Yeah, that's one way to call it. Definitely have to rename that. Let's export the Twitch logo as well. Okay. What else do I need? And that'll do for the moment. Although I do want to check more on one thing, which is this arrow. This arrow right. Where are you coming from? It's a vector. And no reason to bother using a font for it. I already have the image, so we're just checking if I can use a font. One of the fonts I've already, like, I'm using Font Awesome on the website, so I was hoping I could use the same one from there, but nah, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's move the files. It's called YouTube. Was it? What's the name of the file? See, where's the browser? Here we go. Lowercase YouTube logo. Okay. Here it is. Let's move it to app, assets, images. Let's call it just logo PNG. And we have another one. Nope, nope. What's the name of this other one? With a capital T, of course. Of course. Twitch underscore logo. Logo. Okay. So we have both of the logos up here. And let's start using them. Where do we want the first one? Yeah, instead of the H1, we'll replace it. And we'll use a image tag. Actually, it can be on the same line, doesn't matter. So we'll use image tag. It will be for the YouTube. Is it dash or yep, it's dash. Logo.png. And don't think we need classes, but again, I'll keep it for the moment. Let's just copy this bit and paste it here as well. Okay, let's check the page. Voila. Beautiful. It looks exactly as it should. The logos are done. Now I just need to finish the buttons. Now for the buttons, I have a text and I have a, an image. So the image needs some amount of spacing and centering. So one way it could be to just make the content of the button into a flex box. Right, that could do the job. In which case, let's just add an element here and see what happens. Right, okay. Now I need, where's the action? YouTube, Twitch. Here we go. Is this relevant for us? Actions. Okay, let's try it. Display flex. No, 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 no. Oh. Yeah, just realized my mistake there. I need the anchor that is under the actions div to have this. Now we're getting closer. What if I do inline? Yeah. Okay. Nope, doesn't seem to be having any impact. Let's check it live. Maybe we can play around in the browser and see if we can get the value I'm looking for. So, we also have this to contend. Another thing to modify, which is, what is this? The padding? No, margin. So let's get rid of the margin on this fella. Right. Now it's aligning much better. Okay. Now let's look at the next thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of them are working. But I think there is a difference. They are on the same line height. You just need to add some spacing between them. Okay. In that case, let's take the image and add a bit of spacing. How much do we need? A bit more than that, apparently. Is that going to be sufficient? Yeah. Now we just need to push it down a bit, which shouldn't be too difficult. Hmm. Yeah, thought so. Okay. So what's going on with the text fellow here? Let's play with the line height. Just an experiment. Yeah, not working out. Yeah, it impacts both of them. Fine. Ah, actually, in that case, hmm. You know what? If that's the case, where's the margin? Display anchor. Do we have anything? Span first, last. Let's check the default. So yeah. Okay, so what happens if I specify a padding of 0 and Let's get rid of. Hmm. There's a better way to do this, isn't there? Hmm. Not really sure. What's a better way of doing it? Actually. That's causing that issue, which is fine, but hmm. Yeah, it'll introduce a whole set of problems onto itself. So let's just try this one more time to see if we can make this work. Okay. Almost there. Mm. Too bad it's not having the desired result. But here's a thought. Let's say I throw caution to the wind. Okay, just want to see what would happen. Hmm, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Just keep experimenting. Okay. Now we just need to move this fella over there, which shouldn't be too hard. Perfect. Okay. So let's try to implement this now. You'll need these two. And I may not even need that. We'll come back to that. Actually, yeah, okay. So we have what? I need a actions for not the title. And in the content. Hey Neo, how's it going? All right. Content, H1 actions. Twitch. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's specify. Let's add this fellow over here. And what else? This is gonna be a link. Yeah, it's meant to be a link. Of course, it's meant to be a link, but we're gonna get rid of this bit here. Add a ban. Not subscribe, just watch. I'm working on my personal website. I've been trying to develop a new version of my website for ages, as it seems. But always get distracted with work or something else shiny, so never got around to doing or finishing my website. So I thought recently, you know what, I need some accountability, so let me try streaming myself trying to work on it, and so I'll have really some shame to finish it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I designed the website originally in Figma, so this is the website I'm trying to implement. um, and I've had a version of this website originally in Next.js. Recently, I decided to just quit on that and redevelop it again with Ruby on Rails, because I don't want to have to update and learn new things about Next.js when I touch this website so infrequently. I just want something stable. So that's what we're trying to implement, and that's where we are. We implemented a bunch of functionality so far on stream, like these this drop down, this selector, and today we're finishing up the design for the content channel section. Then I can maybe move on to some other functionality. But yeah, that's what I'm doing in a nutshell. So yeah, how's your day going? Uh, yeah, okay. So what I was gonna do is I have the image in both of them. Now I just need to apply the styles. I broke something, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot to add this. That ought to fix it. Or break it even more. Okay, let me read what's going on. Link to, oh, my bad. Okay, so both of them have the right content. Now it's just a matter of applying the proper styles. So let's just do that. I'm gonna have the link containing them to be flex. What else do I need? I need, sure. Okay. No. Wait, maybe. Ah, I remember my mistake right now. I'm trying to do this for the action, not for the anchor. Because, yeah. Okay, so that fixes that. Now I just need to remove this and apply it only for Twitch. So, Yep. I like using SAS, especially the without the curly braces, just less typing, less punctuation, right? No semicolons and stuff like that. So when I get the chance, I like using it instead. So it's still CSS, just no commas, no semicolons, and no curly braces. Plus indentation, I already use it, so might as well get more benefit out of it. And for my browser markup, HTML, I'm using a template language called Slim. So again, I don't have to type, you know, the angle brackets and the closing tags or any of those sort of things. I just need to have my markup and indentation, and Slim takes care of it. Yep, it's called Slim Lang. I don't think it's that well known, but I've been using it for a long time. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. So you can tell it's a lot cleaner to read. I don't know about you, but I find it to be a lot cleaner and easier to read. Uh, I it kind of removes the noise around the markup, right? So I can just focus on the tags and the content and the tag attributes, and I can still add Ruby code around it if I want to. Yeah. Heck, you can even embed markup markdown inside of it. So it's a very versatile templating engine for Ruby. Uh, let's see, where were we? Have you worked with SAS before? Okay, what was it trying to do? Oh yeah, I was trying to get this fella back here. Ah, you're just a beginner. Okay, are you a student or just learning um, as a hobby or something? Hmm. Content. Okay, nice, nice. Well, welcome to your whole new career. Oh, but I hope you don't take it the wrong way, but my condolences on working with Java. If you can't tell, I'm not a fan. I'm not a huge fan of Java, but hey, a job's a job, right? It pays the bills. Uh, okay. Yeah. Have you worked with any other programming languages besides Java? Whoa, nice. IntelliJ. Yeah, I've tried using IntelliJ, but or one of its variations, but I'm such a long time Vim user that yeah, it's just hard to give up Vim. Uh, what are we trying to do? Let's see. Okay. So both of them are aligned the way they should. The only thing that's left to do is just tweak the line height or the alignment of the arrow and the text, and then we're done with this. Okay, to do that, what I'm going to need to do is make the anchor a flexbox element as well. Right, after that, we're going to need uh sure, why not? Okay. And that does the trick. I'm missing something, aren't I? Let's try that. What I'm missing. Baseline, center. Yeah, I need center. Yeah, line item center, so that's fine. So what are we missing then? Ah, I remember now. Okay, yeah. I mean, HTML and CSS, I was gonna say are relatively easy, but one of the things about CSS is it seems deceptively simple on the surface, but when you start trying to implement something, it can get pretty complicated pretty fast, right? Sometimes. But that's only if, well, even if you understand the way CSS works, yeah, it can get complicated sometimes. It's deceptively complex, but it's fun. Okay, so I probably have a margin here. Yep, margin or padding was it? So let's get rid of the padding, and that should do the job. Uh, okay, not padding. It was supposed to be this. Okay, a bit too much. Let's try something less. Yep, that does the job. Yay, the buttons are done, I think. Let's double check with the reference design. And yeah, I think, yeah, I'm gonna consider it finished. So the buttons are done. Yeah. So right now, as I said, I'm kind of working on the HTML and the CSS. Once I'm done with this section and this section, I'm gonna go back here. So this is supposed to be a selector, but I've tried implementing it with CSS where, you know, it's supposed to kind of have each of these items is supposed to scroll up while nobody's hovering over it, so it kind of shows the different items, and when you hover over it you can pick one of them. But I've tried doing it with CSS, it just wasn't giving the effect I was looking into, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to use JavaScript for this animation effect, so I'm gonna jump into some JavaScript for that part. But besides it, I like using CSS as much as possible, just keeps things simpler and lighter, so where I can. Okay, so are we done with the section? Not 100%, but I think we're about 98, 99% done. Just double checking. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to consider it done for the moment. Okay. Do you need to include the links? So probably should include the links before I make a commit. So we're done with the CSS here. Link for the Twitch. Where's the Twitch thingy? Here we go. Okay. Actually, do I want to do that? I want to do something else. Just bear with me. I'll use this link instead. All right, let's check our stuff that needs to be committed. We have the right arrow, the Twitch logo, YouTube logo. For our markup, let's start with that. Okay, before I commit that, I have some extra stuff that I don't need apparently. So let's just get rid of these two. And don't need anything here. Okay, that should clean it up a bit. Honestly, I don't think I need a alt for it as well, because again, this is not something for accessibility anybody needs to know. The right arrow is nothing more than a decorative element, so let's ignore that as well. Okay. Wait, did it not kick in? Oh, I removed the wrong one. Here we go. This and that. Hmm. Okay, I think that ought to do it. So this is ready to commit. What about the CSS? Let's just review. You know what? Let's make it a bit more readable. So this is the CSS in question. Who am I? So wait, let's see who am I section. Need a space here. Buttons. Okay, that ought to do it. And any last changes we need to make here? I think we're good to go. Okay. So time to commit. Oops. Okay, so add design for who my section. That's what I used before. So what do I want to call this commit message? We have a bunch of CSS. Let's just call it add content. See you later, man. And thanks for dropping by. Have a nice day. Okay. What are they calling it? Yep. Have a so add content channel. Add content channels. For homepage. Let's just go with that. All right. Commit's done. That's good. Another feature done. Yay. That's a relief. Finally making some progress after months and months of not being able to get this done. Let's just double check. Yep, the links are working. Perfect. Okay. And what's next? So we're done with these two sections. Wow, this is more progress than I've made in months. The amount of progress I've made this week. Okay. So now I have two choices. The only two things that are left to do in this page is the drop down. Okay, and maybe a bit of styling around these two buttons. Right? That's something that's not complete yet. But what did I want it to do when somebody clicks on or hovers or learn more about me? That's a good question. I don't remember exactly. Did I want the same drop down to drop here as well? I think so. So am I gonna have two drop downs? What's the point of that? I mean, so this is just gonna be a drop down. I guess the reasoning might be because I have a chevron here to indicate people that this is going to be a drop down menu, and maybe that's why. And this is more of a decorative item, so I don't know, just trying to gather as much attention as much as possible, I suppose. So there's that, there's this, and there's also that tiny icon. Okay. And we also have these. Now, can I implement this with CSS? It's about moving them one at a time. And actually, I don't have to replicate the same exact animation as I did in Figma because Figma had its limitations. So that's why maybe I did this. In my actual website, I can just have, so I can just have a continuous scroll, but with a pause maybe? Because I do want it to pause. Yeah. So there's that. How's the stream quality going? So it's stable in terms of how it's always like that. Okay, that's fine. Where were we? So yeah, 3 items to work on. Anything else that's left over here? Nope, nope. So just functionality. Okay. So I could implement this. How much time do I have for the stream? I've got over 2 hours. Okay. And these or these. I think I'm gonna go with this. Let's just try to implement this next. Okay. So to implement this, let's go ahead and check the section around it. Okay, clients, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so to make these work, I need a bit of markup. We're gonna have a unordered list with a li. The li is gonna have some sort of an image. And you know what? I need a placeholder image. What is this thing called? This is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna do perfectly. So let's just do this one, or this one. Yeah, okay. So let's try that. And see if it actually works out. Yep. Oh, I need to do some styles, but I also need to figure out what's the dimension. What are the dimensions for these logos? Actually, I probably need to. What is the controller for this? Yes, this is the component controller, right? Can I jump into it? Where is he jumping in? Okay, I'm gonna have to just jump into the components page. Here we go. So let's just find the tallest logo we have. Let's try out with that. How tall is this? About 80. 80. Also 80. Maybe all of them are 80. I don't remember. Yep, so far so good. Everything's 80. Okay. Good going, previous me. Getting this sorted beforehand. So the max height is gonna be 80. It can be less, but we have our maximum. That is good to know. Okay. That is good to know. So let's just modify that. And what about the width? What's a good width that I can use here? I don't know. Let's try one of these guys. 100. Sure. Okay, so that's gonna be our placeholder for our logo. And how many do I want? Well, at a time, I'm supposed to be able to show 3, 4, 5, 5. And how many do I have? Honestly, I don't remember. Let's just pick a random number. It doesn't really matter how many we have. So let's pick 10 of them. Maybe 15. Yeah, let's pick 15. And I don't need this. Yeah, 15. So let's just add 14 more of these. Okay. Perfect. Now we can add some styling around it and get started. So to add styling for it, content channels. This is where we're gonna add some of it. No, even before that, clients. Okay. So we have a unordered list. It's gonna have a list style, which is gonna be none. Let's make it a display flex. Okay. Oh, and what else do you want to get rid of? I'm gonna add some gaps. Oh, and also let's just remove any of the paddings and margins. Okay. Let's add a gap. 20 pixels? Well, we can look into it. The actual number. Actually, I don't think I need a gap. What's going on with you, buddy? Are you gonna load? So yeah, what's the spacing situation like for this? The spacing, I'm assuming everything is just okay. You know what? I don't need to worry about it. I can just use Flexbox and just space around them, and that ought to do the trick, or close enough to it. So let's go back to this page and reload that page. Okay, so I don't need the gap property. I am gonna need the gap property because after a certain time, it's going to there's not gonna be enough space. But okay, we'll come around to it. Okay, for the gap, let's try. Okay, yep, that looks good. That's what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, and let's get rid of gap. Perfect. Do they have? Okay, that's just the justified on the space between them. Okay. Now, what else do we need? For this, I'm gonna have 5 of these. Five of these. That's a good question. How do I get 5 of these to only show up? If I have a CSS grid, I can specify how many columns I can have, but I'm not trying to have multiple rows. I want all of these logos on the same row, so I can scroll them in and animate them in. So I need them to be on the same row, but at the same time, I need spacing between them, and I don't think space around is gonna cut it. Yep, it's not gonna cut it. I'm gonna have to use gap. Let's go back to the gap. Even that's not enough. Okay, let's try 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Hmm. So 4, 5, 6. Is this an appropriate amount of space compared relatively? Get a feeling I picked the wrong end on one of these. How wide are you? 170. Okay, so a lot of them are 170 wide. Let's leave the first one as is. 3, 4, 5. Make it a bit more realistic. So now we have what? 4, 5 of these. Okay. Now I'm gonna get rid of the flex wrap. They are all on the same line. Okay. We're gonna need to use some amount of overflow. And to do this, let's just experiment. And let me add you here. Okay, so that's the container. And I already have a problem with it. I mean, I'm happy with this part. What the heck's going on here? Did me changing around the CSS class have had an impact here? So let's fix that. No, no, that doesn't seem to do a thing. Let's just undo that for readability's sake. And let's inspect. What's going on here? So we have 120 pixels. Oh, I see the problem. There is no problem. This is just overflowing. Yep. Okay. So if I take you, it definitely hides the content. But yeah, that's not gonna do. I'm gonna need a container around the UL. Because I'm gonna scroll around the UL perhaps? Yeah. So we need something to contain the UL. List of clients. List of clients. Okay. And what we'll do over here is our list clients is gonna have a overflow property, gonna be hidden, and then let's just redo all this. Perfect. I'll inspect you. Yep, so it continues to continue, and the parent is, so yeah, the parent is just as wide. Perfect. And what else? Okay. Compare this with what you call it. These guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They end here. They start there. Is that true here? Almost. I really am considering JavaScript again, aren't I? What would be ideal is irrespective of the width of a given logo, they all occupy the same space. That would be best. That would just simplify everything for me, wouldn't it? If that is the case, so how wide are you? 170. Let me see if I can find something wider. 205. Anything else? 205. That's the widest logo we have. Okay, let's just use that. 205. I'll use 205 in one of these. Okay, and now with that, what I want is I want each li to occupy a set amount of width, right? So let's get rid of the gap, or let me just comment these two out for the moment. And for each list item, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it as a display. I don't know, I need display because I'm already using flex. So let's just say width 205 pixels. Hmm. Okay. Time to hydrate a bit. Okay, hydration is done. Let's check up on what you call it. What I was trying to do. Yeah, you know what I need? CSS. I'm gonna check the properties again on the CSS Flexbox for the kits, for the flex items. We have order. Oh, we have grow. Why aren't I using grow? Because shrink. Yeah, I should be using these instead of the properties I'm using right now. And what else do we have here? Line items. Content. Gap. Oh. Okay. Maybe that was what's causing the issue. What else? Not really. So each of them can specify their own width or their own flex basis. I'm not really sure I want to do that. What other properties do we have? Hmm. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. It's what I was hoping for, but since I have a potentially infinite number of items or a large number of items, a lot of which are going to be off screen, this is not going to work for me. Unless, what about if I let, yeah, that would be interesting. Can I do that? So let me disable so these items I just added. Refresh. Okay, let's inspect. So we have our image and you are a inline element, right? Perfect. The list item is a list item, right? Here you go. The UL is a flex container. Okay. List of items is just a block. Now, what happens if I give you a width auto, which what you already have? And what about a width 100? I think that is what I want. What happened to, like, you used to be able to disable these things in the past. What happened here? Why can't I disable? What's this? Okay, yeah, the sidebar. Don't need this. Fine as a separate group. What else do we have? My question is, why can't I disable this anymore from here? Am I missing a setting? Hmm. Okay, but networking right now. Not console. They may have just removed this functionality. I don't see it there. That's a damn shame. Fine, I'll just have to override the override. Okay. So, which is fine. Okay, let's just do it another way, which is overflow hidden. Let's just hide the overflow. I want to add a border here as well, so I can get an idea of what I'm trying to do here. Ah. Okay, so there's that. And my UL, you're supposed to have a red border. Give you a width 100. And I don't see it in effect. Why is that? Your content is able to overflow, but you're not. Okay, before I get carried away with this, let's also think about how the animation part is going to work, because some of these styles are going to depend on that, right? So we have all of these list items, and how are we going to move them? Am I going to use CSS keyframes? Am I going to use, well, I'm going to use animate, obviously, but what property am I going to animate? And the animation does need to stop. No, it doesn't need to stop. There are no links here, so we don't really have to worry about that either. So even if somebody hovers over, don't really care. There needs to be a delay or something, because I wanted to stay on the screen for a few moments. But other than that, it needs to continuously keep going, right? And what's a good way to do that? So yeah, using the CSS animate property will do the job, but which property is the animate gonna animate? The easiest option would be to just use absolute positioning. Again, really easy. Good grief. Okay, let's try it. Let's use position relative on that, and we'll use position absolute on this. Boy, am I asking for trouble. Okay, you know what? The list items, I don't think you need to have a border anymore. You can calm down. Okay, so those are the list items. Now, obviously, we need to have some spacing between them and whatnot. But the way the animation is going to work is, let's take this guy, and eventually we're going to do maybe left minus 200 pixels or something, right? And then let's just keep increasing this, right? So it's how it's going to animate. And if I have overflow turned on here, perfect. I also need to specify a width and a height for this guy to, no, yeah, that's not going to work. Everything has a complication. Okay. So, okay, let's do this. You're gonna have your overflow active. We want you to have a width of, what are the dimensions I have here? Let's pick up our variables. What resolutions do we have? It's not here. Which file was it? Layout, utilities. Let's try V2P. Nope. Where am I getting these dimensions from? Do I even have these dimensions anywhere? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Layout. Yep, that's the file I wanted. Okay. Oh, I was already in the file. Yeah, so this is what I'm looking for. So container. Yeah, I don't really have the responsive design, or I don't really have the responsive breakpoints defined separately in this project. Maybe that's something that should be done later on. But later on, let's just stick with what we have. I would definitely need to clean this thing up. So yeah, let's say 180 for the moment. This really needs to be refactored. Okay. As for height, we're going with 80 pixels. Okay, now the whole thing is visible. If I were to use a left -1, right, this is how it would animate in, which is fine. Now we need to have some spacing between each and every one of them. Okay. And speaking of that, don't really need this list anymore. Don't need that. Let's just have a free page. Okay. So that's what we're working with. So now we need to make sure they have an appropriate amount of width and all that sort of stuff. Okay, let's get down here. Okay, you have your width. And what else do I need here? Mm-hmm. And what else do we need? Do we need stuff to be centered inside of them? That's another good question. Do we need these items to be centered? If they are, they will have their own set of problems because I don't think they are in the Figma. Right? Right? No, well, yeah, they're not centered. But they're centered because of their content. Yeah. Hmm. You know what? I can live with it. Fine. I can live with this. Let's get rid of these borders for the moment. We don't need any more. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, still have more items than I want. But why is that actually? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 containers. Maybe we can use some amount of spacing. How much space do we actually have available to us? We have 100 and, well, 205, maybe 225. So let's do 225 by 5. About 45 pixels worth of space between each one of them might be possible. What was the result? 45. Okay. Yeah, we can actually do more than that, it seems like it. Okay, let's try 65. Now a tad too much, but that's fine. And now I need to have a container. Where is this? Okay, let's put this on up here so I can see how much space I'm working with. Okay. So we still have more space. Okay. Hmm. In this scenario, I have what? 3, 4, 5, 5 items as I want them. What would happen if I were to just leave that? Yeah, not what you would like. At least not what I would like. Okay, let's get rid of the border. The content is centered and whatnot. Fine. And let's try to animate it manually. Yep. And the new stuff is gonna keep coming in. Yeah. Okay. We have the most of the effect we're looking for. Now the question is how do, yes, it's just about animating it, right? So let's just go to CSS animations. Or animate. Where's the animation property? Do I need? So I need to define a keyframe. And the properties we can have with this fella. So we can infinite. And it can be reversed. Okay, let's check stream quality is still unstable in a stable way. Perfect. All right. So where are we? Infinite running. Slide in. What is this? Goes and it comes. Okay, maybe this is what I need. So let's just copy this. And where do I need to add it? That's a good question. So what am I trying to? I'm going to animate the UL, so probably needs to go on the UL. So just add it. Doesn't copy, does it? Okay. Let's get rid of that. Don't need these two anymore. The width is fine. Okay. I need to define keyframes. Slide in. We're not gonna work with transform. Scale, rotate. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work for us. We need something else. Duration, property, duration, delay. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna cut it. I'm gonna need to use animation. Okay, so we just need to specify what you call it. Here we go. Timing, easing function. What are we using by default? Ease fine. 1 second. Okay, time. How long is it gonna take? We'll play around with that. How many durations? That's the question. Or infinite, yeah, which is fine. And what comes after that? Direction, reverse, fine. Both running. What are these? name, iteration count. Okay. So let's try. Let's try at 0. I want the left property to be at 0, literally. And 100. Oh, what do I want it to be? That's a good question. We're gonna have to find that out, aren't we? So, how do we want this to work? Where's the placeholders? Placeholder. I'm gonna be able to add some text. Perfect. Just perfect. Let's add some text to distinguish these logos. This is gonna be the first one. It's gonna be the last one. Okay. Now, let's see what happens if I keep playing around with this property. Let's try 400. Let's try 5, 6, 7, 9, 1100. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen, right? LA is gonna pop up, and that will be the end of it, right? So ideally, what would I want is a duplication of the first 5 logos at the end, and then we can restart the animation is what I'm hoping for. So yank 5 of these. So it took 3000 to get here. Okay. Yep. So it would end up something closer to like this. We'll have the first logo again. And yeah, I think this may do the job. Okay. Let's play around with the animation now. Oh, I forgot the, what was it? I need an exact number on the left, don't I? Okay. Got a border so I can see what's going on. Yep, that's the number we're looking for. That's the destination. No, 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 that's not the destination. Destination is GA. So okay, let's see what happens with this. Okay, and how is the animation going to kick in? When is it going to kick in? Okay, let's hide you. We don't need you right now. And we don't need anything on the top end. Well, either this. And we don't really definitely need that. Okay. That's what we need. Let's reload and see what happens. Well, it's doing its thing. So mm-hmm. You need to slow it down even more. And the delay, you can start animating. Yeah, okay, let's keep a delay. But 30 is also fast. Let's try a minute. Take a minute to go through all of them. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, now I understand the direction thingy. Maybe look into that now. Um, where's the direction? Ah, these are nice. So these are different property values we can have. Count is infinite. Yep, that's what we want. Direction, normal is what I would like, please. What else do I want? I don't really know what this property does. We need to look into it. And state, okay, this is self-evident. Mm, whoa. Let's move in at least. We need to tweak the animation. Let's bring it down to 10 and see what does it do in the end. How soon is this going to end? LAGA. It stops just short of that. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to test. Hide it for the moment. And that means the actual negative number I'm looking for is a bit different. Let's go to our UL. Left. We need a 4,000, I think. Okay, got our value, I think. All right, get started. Okay, I see the blip. And I realize now why the blip is. We'll need to make a few more adjustments. But yeah, getting there. Almost there. Because yeah, I don't need the image, I need that. So um all right. Actually, what I need is another thing here. Which one are you? No, this one. I want to add you, give you a border. So now we can see perfectly. Okay. Let's see it in action. Okay, perfect. It stops, right? Slows down. Yeah, it really slows down. But yeah, we have the keyframe done. Now we just need to figure out the speeds for these things. Ease in, need to check some of the other properties. What else did I wanted to do? Ease in. Let's see what does it do with this. It's gonna, yeah, it's really slow. What about if I do ease out? Ease in, out. No. It needs to be really smooth. Maybe I don't need to use any sort of easing for it, perhaps. Right, that could be it. So check this property. Duration is seen. Uh, you also want to check into. So what is this? Delay. Mm-hmm. Well, on the page load, it's gonna be like what? This? Yeah, I don't really like the. So what's this property? Nope, don't need that. We already have this. So perhaps I need linear. Yeah, I think I need linear. But what about step? Oh, do not need that at all. It's nice and all that, but yeah, let's try it out. Let's try linear. Yeah, linear is doing just fine. We'll reload the page. Is it just my imagination or is this thing... I think it's still too fast, maybe. Wait, what about the step? I think I can do the step. Now I'm intrigued with the step. I'll at least take a stab at it and see how it goes. Now we're pretty close to the end, so I'll just let it finish out. Yep, this transition was seamless. What about this one? Nothing seems to be happening. How do I kick this in? Hmm. So displays an animation iteration along end stops along the transition, displaying each stop for time. So if there's five, there's 5 steps. If you hold simply and makes it between. Hmm. Generates left continuous function so that the first jump happens when the animation begins. Uh, hmm. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything. Nope. Hmm. Not exactly what I was looking for. I want it to be a step, so why aren't I getting a step? Still behaving like a linear function. Same thing. What about one step? 10 steps? Nada. Getting zilch here. That's a damn shame. Oh wait, it did do something. Okay, it is working. So let's try 5 and give it a moment. Hmm. And let's reduce the length to maybe it's half and see how fast can this kick in. Come on, faster, Habibi. I don't have the patience. Don't think it's kicking in. Okay, let's change it to 2. Okay, it changed. But yeah, it doesn't animate, it just steps. It just moves them, right? So I don't really want that effect. So let's just undo all this. And go back to linear, which was just doing the job fine. Okay. Yeah, linear is doing fine. And I think we have our end result. Is it exactly like Figma? Absolutely not. But the reason the animation I have in Figma is because that's what I was able to figure out in Figma. So I did what I could. It wasn't necessarily meant to be the end animation, and this gets the job done as well. Just keep scrolling them, and yeah. The only downside is, yeah, these guys stop, and yeah. But I don't want to spend the time on implementing this exact animation. I'm fine with this, and people know this a lot more. Oh, and we have a problem there. Okay, okay. Good to know about that problem. Let's just fix it. Or not. Where is the... It's over here, isn't it? Hmm. Where's the subheading? Heading, border. Yep, here we go. So this is that thing, right? Okay, let's give you a z index of 1. Yeah, perfect. That solves that problem. And guess you don't need a z index. Yep, problem solved. Okay, so this is kind of done. The only thing that's left is to actually add the real logos, and boy, is that going to be painful. Oh. Well, let's see how long I've been streaming. I still got a little over an hour left to do. Okay, so how much progress can we make? Stream quality, it's stable in terms of how stable it is. I'm okay, I'm getting tired of that, but yeah. All right. All right. What's next? I don't like the wiggly waggly. Let's try making it 120. Right? Yeah. How slow is that? Too slow. Let's look into another easing function. Direction, duration. Where's the... Yeah. Not the timing. But I wanted to read more about this, so I'll just have it open up in another place. And we also have animation events, but those are for JavaScript. Um, using functions. Ease in and out, ease out, ease. Linear is what we should be doing. Hmm. Seem to have a process hogging all the resources on the system. What's going on here? Let's see. What's taking up all the resources? Chrome? Really? I mean, if you say so, fine. I'll kill Chrome. I'm still gonna need it, so I'll start it again in a moment. But okay, so 120 might be enough, honestly. Um, okay, let's start Chrome again and hope that it doesn't hog all the resources. Besides just boot up. Okay, I think it has calmed down. All right, so 120. I think the final number should be decided once I have the loggers in place. So yeah, what are we gonna do next? Got about an hour or so left for the stream to finish. And during that time, I'm gonna go ahead and let's just finish this functionality, right? The functionality is finished. The only thing that's left to do is just add the loggers, and we might as well get those done. Okay, while we're at it. So I just need to export them. Come on, Figma. Okay, while you do that, let's consider some cleaning up on our end. So yeah, I'm gonna need to add support for responsive. Let's just say add responsive support here. So what do we have in terms of content? Gonna need to fix that. But in terms of CSS, I think we're done. All right, list of clients. Oh, I do need to format them, don't I? Position, overflow, height. Okay. What you position, list padding. Yeah, gets the job done. So I think we're ready to commit the CSS part. Now I just need to add the content and we're good to go with this functionality. Another feature almost done. Okay, so the question becomes, how do I export all of these logos? Also, that's a really good question. Where do I even have these? Do I have them? Oh, assets, right? I definitely have to have them in my assets somewhere. Nope. Components. I guess not. Ah. Show me the assets for... Yeah, that's not gonna really help. Okay. You know, it begs the question, don't I already have these logos? Like, I made them happen. I created them and added them to Figma. So where do I already have them? That is the important question. Do I already have them somewhere? Let's see. Not really. Let's go into the previous project and check to see. Yeah, I don't have them anywhere. Well, that's a damn shame. Okay. Hmm. I guess exporting it is. Can I? Yeah, let's just export them one at a time. Come on. Okay. This is gonna take some doing. Now we can just jump over here. This last one was Macy's. Yep. That's some name for it. Almost done. Maybe 2 more rows to go. And yeah, okay. And I'm missing a few logos, so gonna need to add them later on. But yeah, we'll do this. Will do suffice for now. Okay, so I need to go ahead and move all the logos I just created, and I'm gonna need to probably engage a privacy mode for that. So let's put a privacy mode on for that. Okay. All right. Just gonna move them into a folder. A folder that's not on the screen. Okay, let's rename these files. Okay, I'm gonna rename some of these so they're compatible file names. I think that'll be fine. Any other names that are weird? Okay, just one more. Okay, done. Now I can move them over here. So let's move everything from to what you call it, app, assets, images, and I need a folder. I need to create a folder name here, right? So I don't want to just dump all of them in one place. Perfect. So we have all the logos showing up here, and perfect. Just add them as well. So how many do we have? Um, how many do we have here? We have 20, and we're gonna need 5 extra from the beginning to take place off. So yeah, so we have 20. Okay, let's jump into the home markup. Okay, we're not gonna need that, and let's just get rid of the stuff here as well, and we're gonna call it what? Image lines slash ga.png. Hmm. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Is it even gonna show up? Are the paths correct? Yeah, the paths are correct. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to recalculate the width, aren't I? Yeah, which is fine. So we need 25 of these. So give me 24 of these. And now we can just go nuts. Speaking of going nuts, so what's the order of operations here? So GA, and then, okay. Okay, then we're gonna have potential. Let's file name for that. Just, hmm. Okay. The next one is gonna be, okay. This is not fun whatsoever. You know what? I don't need this duplicated everywhere, so let's just remove all of these. Perfect. And speaking of that, same thing applies here as well. Don't need those. Perfect. So what comes after Barclays? We have Macy's. What's the filing for Macy's? Same. Let's just do the file names first, and then we're gonna have, okay, and then we get to what, Ravensbourne. Probably should remember a few of these. What is this? Intuit, I think. Yeah, Intrep. Okay. And I already forgot the next one, which was, okay. Okay, let's jump into the next section. It's gonna be Meta and Techstars. Okay, let's just remember those two. Meta is gonna be Meta, and with Techstars. The next two are gonna be what? D and ALJ. Okay, followed by stop in 77. Okay. And what do we have then? Okay. Okay, what is it called? All right, smart booking. And just one last one. What is it? Yeah, alpha. Okay, and these are going to be duplicates, so we'll come back to them. Now we just need to add the alternative description for each one of these, and we're so close to being done with this. And this is where, what you call it, what do you call it? GitHub Copilot, yeah, kicks in. Now need to even do the typing. Oh, God bless you, laddie. Uh, okay, so this is done. Now I just need 5 of the first ones, right? Okay, let's go check the browser and see if this actually got the results. I'm gonna have to recalculate some of the things, but that's fine. Yeah, it's okay. We have a few other problems, but in terms of alignment, but yeah, it's coming along. Man, it's cold. We have alignment issues and all that, so we'll fix those next. But yeah, we're done with the content. I can commit this. Now we need to jump back into the CSS. And I need to stop the animation for a bit. So I can, first of all, figure out the final number. Is this a really good way of doing it? No, this is not a scalable way. I mean, anytime if I add a new logo, I'm going to have to recalculate this number. It's not really a scalable way of doing it. But again, I just wanted this website to be done. I don't want to make it the perfect, the most amazing, the best possible thing. Like I'm not going for 5 stars here. I just want it to be done. So I'll just use every cheat hack and whatever I can to cut corners. I mean, it's my personal website. Yeah, I know I want to be proud of it, but I'm gonna be proud when it's finished. That's gonna be where I'm really gonna be proud about it, not in the monotony of trying to perfect it. That's I'm gonna reserve for something more useful. That's gonna have, I don't know. Yeah, but not for this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna cut corners where it's just gonna be completely shoddy. No, I'm just gonna cut the right corners. So that's the goal here. Here we go. Let's give you a border color as well. Okay, and now we can move this stuff around. It's close enough, honestly. I think it's gonna be 60. So yeah, about 1,000 plus. And now we need to figure out what's causing each one of them to, I think we need to just align them. They're all top aligned. Flex. Baseline now, center. Yeah, that's what I need, center. Just gonna need center. Let's get rid of the border. Get rid of this. Reload. And it's looking normal. Let's turn the animation back on. All right. It's animating. It'll take about 2 minutes. So we can speed it up to see, but yeah, let me speed it up to 30 seconds. They're all going through. Almost done. And then we have the duplicates. Perfect. Got the job done. Yay, it's finished. Let's turn it back a few minutes. And when the page loads, let's just restart the page. This is what the experience is going to be like. It's just going to keep moving. It's going to take about 2 minutes to go through all the logos, which is fine. It gives just enough time for somebody to register them and while not getting too slow there. Yeah, hey, another component finish. Well, it ain't finished until I commit it, but yeah, it's finished. Oh boy, let's commit. I'm really excited to commit this. What changes did we make? That's it. Not much. Perfect, perfect. Now we can figure out what to call it. All right. So what am I going to call it? Add client logos for homepage, or add client logos to homepage. Yeah. What am I going to call it, man? This is the CSS. This is the content, which is what we did. Yeah. So I guess that's what it's going to be called. Add client logos to homepage. Yep, that does it. Okay. Wow, I still have what, about 40-50 minutes of stream time left, and I'm already done with 2 components. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Boy. So the question is, do I keep going or do I stop? If anybody's out there, do let me know. What do you think? Should I keep going for another 40-50 minutes or should I stop? Hmm. Maybe I want to take a break. Well, at least hydrate while this happens. Okay, so we're pretty close to where I want to be. You know what? I want to know why does it think I have an unstable stream, because at least according to OBS, everything seems to be good. So I would love to know why it thinks I have unstables. Yeah, I'm trying to log in. Let's just move this to a different screen. Okay, so what's the reason for that? Unstable events, none. Twitch server NA. So it's stable. Ah, isn't that funny? According to the inspector, the stream is stable, but according to the tool itself, it ain't stable. Well, that's sad. Well, I'll leave this tool here for the moment. But yeah. Maybe that's why it considers them not stable. I don't know. The inspector is happy with it, so I'm happy with it. It's kind of fun to see this sort of stuff. Resolution, codecs, sample rate, and whatnot. Don't think I should click on that, but yeah. Okay, it's stable. Ah. Okay, something to look into. So I have an idea of what's causing the problem. I'll try to look into it before the next stream. But yeah, let's go back here. So I've accomplished the goal for today. And I have what? About 40 minutes? What else do I want to do? I'm done with this. Mostly. Done with that. Done with this. So the only thing missing is now the drop down icon here and the drop down for that. Basically, which is a menu. And this. I think I'm done for the day. Yeah, I don't want to start anything in 40 minutes and then have to end it. I'm pretty much done and a bit tired as well. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, I think I am gonna wrap it up here. Well, it's been a really productive day and I'm really happy with the streaming. I'm able to make progress on my website. I think I'll do one more stream for this week tomorrow around the same time as well. Around what 9 10 EDT, right? So yeah, until then, I'll see everybody tomorrow or in the next stream. Bye everyone.